want to ask also the Generation of Freedom, do you remember when was the legendary Congress of Solidarity Trade Union in the Lane shipyard in Gdansk?
We know. No.
Both of them were exactly 40 years ago, in 1981. At that time, we were living in a communist country, in a communist reality, and we were not allowed to travel. I personally was not allowed to go to the concert of ABBA, but I was allowed to visit another communist country like Poland, and I made use of this opportunity to visit the Solidarity Trade Union Congress in Gdansk on the 3rd of October, 1981. This was, that's why I say that this is not another conference for me. This is a very special conference for me because at this moment I mark 40 years of my public political life. So thank you for inviting me today here. And that was me at that time. Well, the long hair was symbol that we were against something. In Gdansk, I realized what was the importance of Poland. And I'm thankful to your Prime Minister who mentioned the word solidarity. Poland is a very significant country. And then, at that moment, I realized why the Warsaw Pact was signed, namely in Warsaw. It was because of the significance of your country. Very solid confirmation that it will continue to be like this, I received a few 15 years later in the United States when I met at the house of Senator John McCain, Lady Margaret Thatcher. And she told me, young man, at that time I was supposed to be young, young man, you have to forget about Bulgaria's membership in NATO. Why, Lady Thatcher? What did we do wrong? She told me, you didn't do wrong anything, but we must first invite Poland to NATO, because we sacrificed Poland to Hitler, and now we owe Poland a lot. And I understood that the significance of Poland will continue to be as topical as it was decades before.
Mr. Solomon Passy, who was the father of idea of joining Bulgaria to NATO. He was the first politician in Bulgaria who openly told that Bulgaria should one day become a member of NATO.
This was crazy at that time.
But successful.
We believe that we were moving very slowly towards NATO and the European Union. Why slowly? Why slowly? Because we believed we were driving slow cars. But nevertheless, we had skillful navigators. Navigators like King Simeon II of Bulgaria, who was the Bulgarian Prime Minister negotiating for the membership in NATO and the European Union, or Manfred Göring, the Secretary General of NATO, or Lech Walesa, who visited me 16 years after I was in Gdansk, now in a different setting. And today we have our symbols in NATO. We have the solidarity symbol in NATO. We have our Trabant in NATO. But this is not the end of the history. Membership in NATO and in the European Union is not the end of the history. This is the beginning of new history. And this is the beginning of new integration. And you will ask me, what integration? What is the next? The next is the 3 C's initiative. Why the 3 C's? Because the 3 C's, or I prefer to call the countries in the 3 C's New Europe. It's much user-friendly. New Europe. New Europe has potential. What is the potential there? We have combined population of, we have the combined population of 112 million people. This is equals France plus Spain taken together. We have combined territory of 1.2 million square kilometers. This is Germany plus France plus Belgium together. And we have the average salary, which is 2 times lower as in the rest of Europe, which is a great potential. But in politics, to find a solution is nothing. To implement the solution is everything. And the question is how to implement the solution called New Europe or 3Cs initiative. How to do it? My original profession is mathematics, and when I don't know how to do something, I go back to mathematics. In mathematics, there is one very important principle. If you don't know how to solve a problem, solve first a bigger problem. Then the smaller problem comes as a consequence. And what was our Bulgarian solution to sell the 3Cs? We first decided to sell a bigger concept, which we call 3 oceans. We established a Bulgarian base in Antarctica, in between the Atlantic Ocean, the Pacific Ocean, and the Antarctic Ocean. And I visited 4 times Antarctica, and it is a fantastic place to visit. I invite all of you to the Bulgarian base. I also visited the Polish base there. So once you solve the 3 oceans problem, to solve the 3 seas problem is nothing. And we go ahead. This, by the way, this was one of the reasons why the Bulgarian summit of the 3 Cs were so successful a few months ago. And we succeeded, and thanks to all of you who supported this idea, to prioritize connectedness in the 3 Cs area for STEM projects. And President Radev of Bulgaria extends his warm salutes to everybody who attended this event in Sofia and supported this initiative. And now, let us try to apply this 3 oceans concept to our task, to the 3 Cs. What can we do? These are the 3 Cs, and we have, as you very well know, we have the North Sea route. The North Sea route, which is starting from Korea, goes up north along Russia and comes to the Baltic Sea. This is, the North Sea route is heavily dominated by Russia. Heavily dominated by Russia. They even escort the ships who are moving there. They put their own soldiers to look what's happening there. So they have a natural interest of the ice melting and the climate change, because it makes this North route much more profitable. But we have also something else. We have the South Sea route, which also starts from Korea, goes to Indo-Pacific, the Red Sea, Baltic, Mediterranean, Gibraltar, and again here to the Baltic Sea, maybe Gdańsk. This is very interesting route, in which, however, China is extremely interested. China is extremely interested. And what is our solution? For the competition between the North and the South Sea route, we can suggest a solution, the 3 Cs solution. It is the following. We can make a shortcut. We can make a shortcut and take the cargo coming from Suez to go from via the Aegean Sea, Greece, Bulgaria, Romania, Hungary, Slovakia, Poland, Gdańsk, to celebrate the Solidarity Trade Union Congress. This is a phenomenal solution. Why it is a phenomenal solution? Because it is shorter, cheaper, faster, and cleaner. It is shorter 5,000 kilometers, cheaper $120 per ton for the cargo, faster 11 days, and cleaner because it saves 500,000 tons of CO2 emissions every year. And it is very much in synergy with the Via Carpathia. Very much in synergy with this. This route This shortcut, this solution, will materialize the dream of the European Union as we had it in the last 20 years. I participated in one function in drafting the European Constitution, in another function in adopting the Lisbon Treaty. What was the most important red thread, big idea in these two documents was one thing: to make Europe global. And this solution, coming here down from, this is Bab-el-Mandeb, from here to Gdansk, this solution makes Europe global. The last proof of this fact was given only the day before yesterday. Why the South route is so important? We all of us saw on CNN and all other news stations about the new defense alliance between Australia, UK, and the United States, the so-called AUKUS. They agreed that the United States will provide Australia with nuclear-powered submarines in order to defend the Indo-Pacific area from Chinese expansion. This is crucial. This is really crucial. I'm very sorry about the French financial loss in this case. I think that NATO could have some role in this. The European Union could have some role in this, but this could be just a matter of the future. The reaction of France is understandable, but listen very carefully to the reaction of China. The reaction of China against this AUKUS was phenomenally sharp. We heard President Xi Jinping speaking at the event of Shanghai Cooperation Organization. So, what we must do for ABCD, just do it. Oh. It is the next. What happens here? This is AUKUS. This is the agreement between the three countries: UK, United States, and Australia. And yes, just do it. This ABC, just do it. And the big question is how to build it. I can put you in touch with the Bulgarian engineers who developed the whole project. They have detailed plans on how to build this thing. But what we need, the simple answer, the simple short answer of what we need is inject imagination. Inject imagination of existing tigers. Because I saw that tigers is a key word in our conference, we do not need to invent tigers, we can just use the existing tigers. Inject imagination. And let's see now who the tigers are. Jeff Bezos, Richard Branson, Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, Sundar Pichai with the better Passy, and Bill Gates with the worst Passy. And, of course, of the great Elon Musk with his Hyperloop and Inspiration 4 that we all are following nowadays in the space. My appeal to the European Commission is the following, and to all European institutions is the following. Do not find tigers. Do not punish tigers. Rather, seduce them to come to Europe. We need these tigers to come to Europe and not to discourage them to come here and to go to India. If you do not believe to me, then believe to the Gentry from Sofia. Look at this. This is Gentry Sofia. Want to salute Gentry Warsaw. Now I'm supposed to have some music. Ahead of the future, time and space.
30 more years.
And then we love Bulgaria.
And may the force be with you.